My name is Kristen Woods. I'm an extension agent with the Alabama Cooperative Extension System, and you're looking at my avatar, Gigam Agrawal. We're pleased that you're interested in the virtual food inspector game. The game was developed as a synchronous learning activity to be used to train food handlers. The idea is that students would meet here as a part of an online food sanitation course and go through the activity as a group. Although it is possible to complete the activity individually, the synchronous activity offers students the opportunity to socialize. The idea that when students' pro-social needs are met, learning is more likely to take place has its roots in traditional social learning theory. Let me show you how it works. Here's an inspector now. Let's follow her inside while she watches the first part of the instructional video.
Welcome to your first day on the job as County Health Inspector. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to seek out and identify 16 possible sources of foodborne pathogens in the local diner. Your job is an important one. More than 54 billion meals are served at commercial food establishments in the United States each year. Restaurants in the United States are regularly inspected by local, county, or state health department personnel. Restaurant inspections are one of a number of measures intended to enhance food safety. The Food Safety Inspector game will enable the National Extension Food Safety Community of Practice to test the effectiveness of teaching food safety concepts in virtual space. We appreciate your assistance.
The second part of the instructional video instructs the inspector to head across the street and begin searching for hazards. Once inside, you'll see how the elements of social interaction come into play. Several customers, a cook and a waitress, await the inspector. When she enters, they're talking casually about potential food safety hazards, making comments like, "I hope the inspector doesn't look in the refrigerator," and "How long has that pie been there?" Comments can be made using text or voice chat. When there's more than one inspector, they can also communicate among themselves. As the inspector heads around the kitchen, she finds things like a moldy pie in this cabinet and a cutting board showing cross-contamination. Each time she clicks on a hazard, she receives an informational note card explaining the hazard and ways to prevent it from occurring. This note card explains what cross-contamination is and some ways to avoid it by preparing different types of food in different parts of the kitchen or by using color-coded cutting boards. Notice the interactive elements and the level of detail. The doors on the oven and the cabinets open, and steam rises from the turkey and the items cooking on the stove. Producing a build in the most realistic way possible adds to the participants' experiential learning and makes them more likely to remember the content. As the inspector moves further around the kitchen, she notices food that has not been cooked to required minimum internal temperatures and an insect infestation. The inspector opens the refrigerator. She finds several additional hazards, including cross-contamination, out-of-date food, and the temperature in the danger zone. Achoo! Achoo! The cook and the waitress add to the hazards as well by exhibiting poor personal hygiene. The waitress doesn't wash her hands after blowing her nose and smoking. After finding all 16 hazards located inside and outside the diner, the inspector can teleport to the office to complete a chat-based assessment instrument. As you can see, this type of learning activity has the potential to reach learners with diverse learning styles, auditory, visual, and experiential. The activity can be taken offline as well by producing videos depicting different hazardous situations. It's also easily modified as regulations change, and thus can reduce the cost of producing training materials. Thank you for your interest. Perhaps you will join me for a sandwich at the diner sometime, if you dare.